I don't know what happened to the stream. It just cut off. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Carter with it. 5 points in the game.
We're in the league. I know you see it.
Brett Hawkins grabs the miss. And with a showcase game like this and tonight's rosters, you can expect a lot of college scouts in the stands.
The importance of this game, setting the narrative of each player's potential. Opinions are forming about these players, and each minute could be another pro or con in each scout's report.
Park down low that time.
Come on, man.
Hit with the 3-second call. And so here it's the Wolfpack, trailing by 13. Out to the wing, outside, it's Johnson. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. To the inside, MP, and the layup's good off the glass.
Offense and defense have really come together for them, helping to strengthen this league.
They've taken absolute control of the action. Other team needs to get something going if they want to stay in this thing.
Now here's Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fresh. And Patrick Wells outside. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. He's 2 for 2.
You look at this Wolfpack roster, a lot of players who will play college ball, but Patrick Wells could be the barometer.
And they are ecstatic to have him with the team. Add some much-needed shooting. They're hoping he can change the fate of their season. And the Wolfpack making a change here. And the Wolfpack have possession. A 12-point contest. Launches a 3. Here's Robinson. Nice D from Zadirko. And here it's the Dynasty. The biggest lead of the game was 15. And it's going to be 2 free throws through the contact on the shot.
What I really admire about MP is he's not only the team player on the court that we see, but off the court as well. This kid just really understands the value of helping his community.
So the second one is also no good, going 0 for 2 there. While halftime not too far away, and MP and Wells have both had their moments.
And the talent gap between these two doesn't look that big, if there's even a gap at all. Dynasty coach Duncan Carter has worked to impart a sense of focus in this ongoing rivalry. The rivalry of these teams is well documented, and he wants his club to continue their winning ways.
Yeah, Danny, he knows that the way the games have swung between these two sides is a dynamic rivalry. He would like the Dynasty to play at a heightened intensity for this one. Now here's Robinson. Kick out to Carter. Let's go with the 3. And it's Fisher with the rebound.
Even with every shot clanging off the iron, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. Every time to take a step in.
Here's Zadirko. Here's MP. Got a piece of it. Pass to Luan. 5 to shoot. On the wing, it's MP.
Bullshit.
Kept alive.
Get it. Yes, sir.
Zadirko is an absolute dog inside. He wants that fight close to the hoop.
Now 9 seconds separate the shot and game clock. Outside James. And they're going to count the bucket and send it to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
He'll take a point-blank look every time.
And that one misses.
Everything Stauffer does on the floor is thought out. He's so calculated. His teammates appreciate him.
Here's Zadirko. Stauffer grabs the board. Carter, left side. James. Robinson. Zadirko covering. And that concludes the first half. The Dynasty on top. They lead by 7. Plenty of action still to come when we return.
Yeah, alright.
The teams have had their break, the Wolfpack and Dynasty getting ready to kick things off here in the second half of play. The Wolfpack trail, and in club play this season, the Wolfpack enter tonight at 7-4, while the Dynasty are a perfect 11-0.
And I'd say we could throw out the record books, Joe. Whoosh, through my red press table. Sorry, Drake. Because of the history of these regional rivals so complex. Both teams thrive on denying the other the chance to win in big games like this one.
Zadirko lives for the physical play. He goes right at the throat of the defense on that one.
Stoffer with the ball. Taylor covering. It's Wells, left side. That's tipped. And
Stupid.
by Fisher. To the middle. MP. No good with the layup. Michael Stoffer on the wing. 10 points for him. And it's out of bounds. Wolfpack to retain possession. Patrick Wells on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Zach Timmerman. And the leader of this Wolfpack team, without a doubt, is Patrick Wells, a three-star recruit who has a chance to play at the next level.
And he's not the biggest or most athletic player on the floor, but when he warms up, I mean, look out, the kid can straight up shoot the ball. If he can bulk up and add some strength, he could be a factor in college.
Now here's Fisher. MP up top. To the left wing. Inside. Misses off the right iron. Passes to Wells. The tray. And the Wolfpack, another three.
That three puts them well within striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working for him here tonight.
You bet he has. The triple's been his sliced bread and his butter in this game.
Bruh.
No good. Outside, Timmerman. Wells. And fouled hard that time, and he'll get two shots at the line. That's on Zadirko. And for Zach Timmerman of the Wolfpack, he moved here from Iowa not too long ago.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him, and I know the Wolfpack would have liked to see more of him. Unfortunately, he's been plagued by back problems, which can't be fun. You wonder how long he'll be able to keep playing for. Yeah, that's the problem with Patrick Wells. Sometimes he tries to do a little too much, plays too selfishly. But look, underneath it, it's a player who really does have a good understanding of the game.
Now here is Zadirko. He's got 6. Duan. Timmerman defending. Here's MP. And that one's good with the extra effort on the glass.
You gotta be better on the glass. Second chance points can come back to haunt you.
Yeah, they need to show more effort when they're rebounding the rock. That's inexcusable.
Now here's Stoffer. 10 points for him. Pass to James. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. And the foul's on Eric Fisher. Well, you think about what sets MP apart on foul called by the Dynasty.
Substitution for the Wolfpack. Substitution for the Dynasty.
Here's Dillard. To the inside. MP, no good. Outside, Timmerman. Now it's Carter, outside. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. Here's MP. Rebounded by the Wolfpack.
The fuck?
Cordova up top. Dillard covering. Joey Johnson for 3. He can't get it to go. The Dynasty with the lead. Junior outside. MP with the bucket.
How about the strength MP showed there, showing off and proving he can score through contact. And
here's Carter. He's got 5. kicks it to Johnson. And here is Timmerman. Shot clock at 5. Cordova outside. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. And on the bench for the Wolfpack, Coach Barry Bay. He's been with the program several years now, and he's trying to continue the success they've had this past decade.
Yeah, and standing directly in his path once again is the Dynasty. But with new leadership on the court from Patrick Wells, Coach is hopeful that the tide is about to turn for the Pack. That is his shot, guys. You can't give it to him. You've got to get up on it.
Passes to MP. Here's Davidson. Johnson with the rebound. Now it's Carter outside. And that misses. That would have put them up.
His mojo is out of whack. Offensively, he just can't get anything going for him.
But when you play this game, sometimes cold streaks like this are unavoidable. Swiftly moving up the floor. MP loves to score before the defense can get into their game plan.
Back to Carter. Timmerman. To the paint. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's Carter laying it in.
Well, all game long, we've seen the passion that these teams have played with. No let up, no quit from anyone on the roster.
Yeah, passion is definitely one way to say it. Nothing that we can repeat on air, but it certainly seems to be on a little friendly ribbon.
And here's the fast break. The shot's good on the assist by Zach Timmerman.
They came out of the break with a clear philosophy. Shoot the three early and often.
And the entire team has bought into it. They're loving the bombs away mentality.
Pass to Cordova. Hold the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
You know, we talk about fighting your way back into a game. And tonight, they've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Well, they never hung their heads. Even when they were down big earlier, they were really composed. They never got desperate.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution for the Wolfpack.
MP with the steal. And so it looks like the Dynasty will retain possession here. Timeout called by the Dynasty. Both teams will make a substitution.
Substitution for the Dynasty. Eric Fisher. Michael Huang.
Here's Aderko. Down low. MP. Fisher outside. MP. Got it. Good job right there in the low post.
Fuck a nigga talking about?
I've seen it from him over and over, but it never tires watching MP just ball out.
Patrick Wells outside. A rebound by Dave Zadirko. The Dynasty trailing. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Third team foul.
No good on that one.
The line for the Dynasty. NB.
He hits the second on the line. Now Stauffer. Wells outside. No good from outside. And some fantastic passing for them in this one.
The ball's flying around. They look like a disciplined, well-coached team out there.
And here's Eric Dillard outside. Gets the 3 to fall.
Yes, where is he?
The Wolfpack with the ball. Trailing by 2. Rejected by Eric Fisher. MP outside. And the foul called on
Bullshit.
MP.
Bullshit.
2 for him.
And what a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And really heads up, too. Reading the play and beating him to the spot.
And Patrick Wells outside. Counted from distance.
Y'all just letting this nigga ball on y'all for nothing, huh? Y'all niggas ass.
Full confidence.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Fisher. Back to MP. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming up. And the foul's on Patrick Wells. And he can't get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Pressure's on NP.
So he can't get either one to fall. The Wolfpack in the lead. Stoffer with the ball. Dillard covering. Wells, no good.
He's got a great stroke. That almost dropped.
Yeah, a lot of time he'll hit those no matter how tight the D is.
And so here it's the Wolfpack. Beyond the arc. A rebound by N.ewB.rokeN.i. And now the Dynasty with it. Here's MP. Here's N.ewB.rokeN.i. It's tipped. He's able to get it back.
At 6'3",
Bro, that's some straight bullshit. They playing with us.
He can be a lot to handle inside, so it's not too surprising to see him draw some contact.
He knocks down a clutch free throw. And he's so good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Clutch free throws, guys. This one's a barn burner.
Now a timeout called by Wolfpack.
They do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get that 2-for-1, we'll see if they try for it.
Yeah, you know what? I think the key thing, probably what Coach wants to see, is a good shot. It's important they convert here.
Pass to Timmerman. To the inside.
That's how to win a contested rebounding battle. You get good position and you use your strength to keep it.
MP. Timmerman defending. Tipped. And so it looks like the Dynasty will retain possession here.
And he almost got his hands on that one.
Nice job mucking it up with the deflection, though.
Back to MP. Hooked away. Shot clock at 6. Here's the break.
And Timmerman looking sharp when the light shine brightest.
MP outside. Fisher. And here's Eric Dillard outside. And the ball out of play. The Wolfpack will have it.
No, that's certainly costly. In a close one like this, those kinds of mistakes can be the difference and give the other team valuable momentum.
The clock goes to 0, and that's going to do it for us.
Ain't this about a bitch? Niggas lost by 1 point. Wow.
And off the tip, it's the Wolfpack.
And how excited are you for this one? This is about as intense a game gets at the club level. These teams genuinely dislike each other.
And it's Timmerman missing. And now the Dynasty with it. Dillard with it. It'll be Timmerman picking him up. It's stolen away by James. Here's Wells. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Assertive, dominant drive by Wells. He saw the contact coming and just kept moving forward.
And Drake, talk about the rivalry between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. They've both had their moments.
They certainly have it. I would expect a very physical game here tonight. That's the bare minimum when these teams play.
Getting points inside, that's how to make high school coaches feel good.
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells. It's hauled in by the Dynasty. Here's MP. MP throws it down.
Showing off
Pussy.
his athleticism there. MP with some hops, and his teammates are hyped.
Now here's Stoffer. Outside, Timmerman. Robinson sets the screen. Timmerman with it. Kadirko's there. With just 5 to shoot. Picked by James. Michael Stoffer for 3. It's hauled in by Eric Fisher. And with the high school season now in the rearview mirror, for many of these players, they are solely focused on club play.
And winning on the club circuit is their only goal as of now. I'd expect that to mean the games are going to be a little bit more chippy because of that.
Now here's Stopper. And they're moving it up. And the dunk by MP.
Swiftly moving up the floor. MP loves to score before the defense can get into their game plan.
Wells outside. There's the screen. From outside the arc. Knocks down the triple.
And he is just a headache for whoever's got him assigned on D.
Passes to MP. And it's Timmerman with the board. Wells outside. And the Wolfpack.
Bro, this nigga on some bullshit.
An elite three-level shooter. Wells is someone you have to worry about beyond the arc. And you look at the dynasty, MP has led the charge all season long. He's been a huge factor for them.
Without a doubt, he has rejuvenated the team this season. A standout for the dynasty as soon as he joined. Both teams deciding to change it up.
A great part of MP's approach is that even with all
This
the
nigga
scouting
on,
attention,
boy,
he
let's
hasn't
get
shied
this
away
shit.
from drawing contact or being physical, and he continues to focus on doing the work week in, week out.
Now here's Robinson. Johnson covered by Fisher. And out of bounds, the dynasty will take it. And here it's the dynasty. Inside. Dillard. And camped in the lane there.
Come on, bro.
3-second call.
Do better.
Well, the big name in the showcase has to be MP. He's a five-star recruit and has a clear path to the NBA with his skill set and athleticism.
And scouts want to see him take over the game. They want to see him be athletic. They want to see his instinct and moves on the floor. Because sometimes he can defer it a bit too much.
Passes to MP. Second shot chance. And it's the Wolfpack with the rebound. Timmerman with it. Hopkins picks him up. Johnson with the bucket.
Well, Timmerman is no floor general, but he's not going to miss an open teammate.
The dynasty trail. Now Zakirko. Back to MP. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance
Pussy.
bucket. Carter with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Swings it to Stopper. Carter. Outside, it's Johnson. 6 to shoot. Robinson's shot is off. And for Zach Timmerman of the Wolfpack, he moved here from Iowa not too long ago.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him, and I know the Wolfpack would have liked to see more of him. Unfortunately, he's
Yes, sir. Get that shit.
Which can't be fun. You wonder how long he'll be able to keep playing for. Zadirko is an absolute dog inside. He wants that fight close to the hoop.
Stopper, now covered by MP. From the elbow. Shoots and misses. 3 shots, all come up empty. Yes, and it's Brett Hawkins picking up the assist.
Focused finish by young MP. He's such a cool customer.
The Wolfpack trail. Here's Carter. Robinson sets the screen.
Yeah, you better make that shit, pussy.
And the dynasty call time here.
Come on, Stouffer Top.
Substitution for the Wolfpack. Time call.
And here it's the dynasty. 10-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the game. And with a showcase game like this and tonight's rosters, you can expect a lot of college scouts in the stands.
The importance of this game, setting the narrative of each player's potential. Opinions are forming about these players, and each minute could be another pro or con in each scout's report.
Well, halftime not too far away, and MP and Wells have both had their moments.
And the talent gap between these two doesn't look that big, if there's even a gap at all.
At 6'3", 6'3"
Fuck.
with a sturdy build. So here comes a beef boy, and he can be a lot to handle inside. So it's
Good shit, boy.
Draw some contact.
So it's both teams making a change here. Good on both attempts. It's been a pretty rough stretch for them.
Yeah, this is an important possession. It is essential to put a stop to this run.
Even without the free ball falling for him, defense has to be better out there.
Yeah, there's no way he should be left that wide open.
Dillard with the
Yes,
bucket.
sir.
Dynasty coach Duncan Carter has worked to impart a sense of focus in this ongoing rivalry. The rivalry of these teams is well documented, and he wants his club to continue their winning ways.
Yeah, Danny, he knows that the way the games have swung between these two sides is a dynamic rivalry. He would like the Dynasty to play at a heightened intensity for this one.
2 points as that one goes. You'd think he wouldn't venture in there, guys. But look, Wells gets one to go on the inside right here.
MP with the rock. Picked up by Stoffer. Back to MP. Good, and the assist goes to Eric Fisher. MP has been something else this first half. Well on its way to a huge game. They're having trouble creating any kind of offense.
And you can really sense them tightening up a little bit at this point.
Well, shot scoop. The man just makes plays. That pass is on point.
To the left side. And Eric Fisher from outside.
Yes, sir.
Free for the Dynasty. And the leader of this Wolfpack team, without a doubt, is Patrick Wells, a 3-star recruit who has a chance to play at the next level.
And he's not the biggest or most athletic player on the floor, but when he warms up, I mean, look out. The kid can straight up shoot the ball. If he can bulk up and add some strength, he could be a factor in college. Easiest way to do it sometimes with the bounce pass.
Here's MP. Got a piece of it.
Damn.
And here they come. Three-pointer. Wells, no good. MP right side. Hauled in by Fresh. Here's Stopper. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots coming. That's on Zagirko. That one is off.
Line for the Wolfpack. Michael Stark. Shooting 2.
And he can't connect on the second free throw either. Missing them both. The shot, no good. The clock runs out, and we are heading to halftime. The Dynasty on top. They lead by 14.
Yes, sir.
Go away. We'll be back right after the break. The teams have had their break. The Wolfpack and Dynasty getting ready to kick things off here in the second half of play. And in club play this season, the Wolfpack enter tonight at 7-4, while the Dynasty are a perfect 11-0.
And I'd say we could throw out the record books, Joe. Whoosh, I threw mine right across the table. Sorry, Drake. Because of the history of these regional rivals, so complex. Both teams thrive on denying the other the chance to win in big games like this one.
Now here's Stopper, stolen by Luan. Passes to MP. Dillard with it. Back to MP. It's rebounded by Wells. Stopper with the ball. Dillard covering. And now Wells.
Fuck.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Michael Stopper.
Able to play at a quick pace. Wells gets to the ball and instantly has a shot up.
Dish to Fisher. Now MP. Guarded by Wells. Now Dillard. On the wing, Michael Luan. 6 on the shot clock. Here's MP. Rebounded by James.
You look at this Wolfpack roster, a lot of players who will play college ball, but Patrick Wells could be the barometer.
And they are ecstatic to have him with the team. Adds some much-needed shooting. They're hoping he can change the fate of their season. Passes to MP. Dillard. Hits the three-pointer.
I mean, that's what Dillard does best. His shooting is huge for his team.
Wells, now covered by MP. Wells, no good. They built on a very nice lead.
And no signs of slowing down either, as far as I can tell.
Michael Luan for three. Fisher with it. Passes to MP. The kick out to Luan. A three-pointer off the mark. The Wolfpack with the ball. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Here's Wells. Rejected.
That bullshit out of here, nigga.
Well, you think about what sets MP apart on this Dynasty team. His athleticism you rarely see at the club level.
He's been stunning, Joe. When he's driven, he's physically capable of explosive feats. Speaking of, I'm setting my phone up right here. I think we've got a great angle for some viral content.
He doesn't get the second one. Now Timmerman, quiet offensively so far, searching for his first points of the game. Michael Stopper for three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Trouble brewing whenever Stopper's hitting from distance. He's developing a well-rounded game.
Pass to Luan. MP. The shot's good on the assist from Michael Luan.
That's what you call passing a teammate open. Guided perfectly.
Outside, Timmerman. Wells outside. It's hauled in by the Dynasty.
And we're here in the gym in the Plainview Panthers. It's a familiar floor to some players in our game today because they go to
What the fuck, house boy?
Advantage is everything in a contentious game like this. A little extra bit of comfort might make a difference. You can't count anything out in such a heated affair.
Now here's Stopper. He has 6. And the Wolfpack, another 3.
Totally in the zone. Wells saw that shot. He knew it was his for the taking.
To the middle. Here's MP. It's good.
That's strong, fundamental basketball. Getting the ball where it needs to be.
Wolfpack trailing here. And here in the second half, you have to say that MP and Wells both have had the same impact with their score.
MP's the big name in this one, but Wells has been right there with him. He's come up here and matched MP shot for shot.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Carter. The 3-ball. It's Junior with the rebound. And on the bench for the Wolfpack, Coach Barry Bate. He's been with the program several years now and is trying to continue the success they've had this past decade.
Yeah, and standing directly in his path once again is the Dynasty. But with new leadership on the court from Patrick Wells, Coach is hopeful that the tide is about to turn for the Pack.
Well, for a 6'2" guard like Carter, you can hit that floater in your back. And it's a shot he's been working pretty hard on.
They get the board. MP. Yes, it's good.
Can't allow him to get the second chance opportunities. You see why.
And so here it's the Wolfpack. They trail by 9. Kicks it to Johnson. Inside. Cordova's shot is good.
Sweet feed. Call me old school, but teams don't hammer it inside. Nothing.
Over to the left wing. Here's MP. A rebound by Deshaun Carter.
When I talked to Wolfpack shooting guard Deshaun Carter pregame, he had a tablet with some personal scouting notes, animated plays, and video highlights.
Yeah, Danny, I was looking at his tablet, and he even had a My NBA franchise with creative players to represent each team. That level of dedicated planning makes him a database of information on these teams.
Now here's Cobb. And MP gets it to go.
Well, with MP,
My shit, boy.
tonight is key for his development. His coaches want him to be a bit more selfish and dominate with the scoring.
Time called as the Wolfpack decide to talk things over.
The team needs to tell his players to seal off their man after the shot. That's fundamentals. That's what we talk about in basic basketball. They're allowing way too many second chance shot opportunities.
Substitution for
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells.
Bullshit.
Yes, indeed. He's now 8 of 14.
You talk about battling back into a game. Another three-pointer from him, getting them that much closer.
Well, Drake, he knows all about that. Most of his points have come from three-pointers today.
And there's the 3-second violation.
Bro, why they keep fucking hitting us with that bullshit ass violation?
Here's Wells.
And for Eric Dillard, he's a standout at the high school level in the area, but most scouts have him as a middling recruit.
He can just disappear from games too often, though. Great shot, but too many easy mistakes that he has yet to fix. Pass to Zadirko. Out to Dillard. Launches it. Offensive board.
And keep in mind, Zadirko's other sport is wrestling. So he really is that tough.
Come on,
he
bro.
enjoys the contact.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And now Wells.
Bro, why you let him get past you? You's a fucking hoe.
You knew Wells wanted to take that. He pulls up, full confidence.
Down low. And they double up MP. This is inside. And the foul called on MP.
Come on, bro.
That is his first foul of the game. Patrick Wells outside. It's hauled in by Eric Dillard. And Dynasty with the lead. To the inside. And camped in the lane there and gets the 3-second
Bro,
call.
what the fuck?
Now Wells. Swings it to Stauffer. That falls. Coming
Wow,
off the assist from
bro, that's
Patrick
some
Wells.
straight bullshit.
Hey, the high basketball IQ of Stauffer sensing when they needed a bucket.
MP high post. On the wing, Michael Wan. It's Dillard outside. To the paint. Rebounded by the Wolfpack. Wells outside. To take the lead. Zadirko grabs a rebound. Just a small lead for them.
And a chance to make it a little bit bigger right here, though.
Back to MP.
Bro, what the fuck?
Can switching baskets make that big of a difference? It's thrown him off, and he can't get anything to fall in this half.
It's Patrick Wells with the drive. Good. And this is what the scouts came to see from Wells tonight. He's getting the shot going. To the middle. Not loose. Wells with the steal. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him. And so here it's the Wolfpack. And they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
That's exactly right. Expect to see some long possessions out of them from this point forward.
Stellar basket by Stauffer. Just when the pack needed somebody to rise up. Clutch points and Cleverly Clay.
Now here's MP. It's Dillard outside. MP. And that's an intentional foul.
And coach was calling for that foul. You can't let the opposing team run out the clock.
To get back into this now, they're going to need some help using this free throw.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Now here's Dillard. The D right on it. And it's blocked. They get it back. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him within 3.
And Zadirko comes up huge in the clutch, looking to prove his reliability to his teammates.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Wow.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
And a chance to tie it up here.
A 3 will do just that.
The clock goes to 0, and that's going to do it for us.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm about to break this fucking TV.
Off the tip, it's the Wolfpack.
And how excited are you? This is about as intense a game gets at the club level. These teams genuinely dislike each other.
The offensive rebound. Good on the bucket.
Well, at 6'1", Timmerman might be a shorter four spot, but he can more than hold his own down low.
It's Dillard outside. Dish to Fisher. MP, guarded by Wells. Wells with the steal. That's in, and he's found his range with that one. Now 1 of 2.
Oh, yeah, Wells didn't need any assistance there. He snatched the ball right up and just ran the whole floor.
And Drake, talk about the rivalry between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. They've both had their moments.
They certainly have, and I would expect a very physical game here tonight. That's the bare minimum when these teams play.
Now here's Dillard, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
And you look at the Dynasty, MP has led the charge all season long. He's been a huge factor for them.
Without a doubt, he has rejuvenated the team this season. A standout for the Dynasty as soon as he joined. Baseline Jay on the way. And a nice shot by Fisher.
You don't always see Eric Fisher flash the mid-range shot, but the Dynasty players are always working to improve their skills. It's showing tonight.
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Defensively, you can't take your eyes off him. He's lethal from several spots on the floor.
Passes to MP, and they double up MP. Luan. And they're running. Timmerman with it, guarded by Fisher. The Dynasty grab the miss. Outside Luan. Dillard. MP, defended by Stauffer. It's Dillard outside. 5 on the clock. Stauffer grabs the board.
And for Eric Dillard, he's a standout at the high school level in the area, but most scouts have him as a middling recruit.
He can just disappear from games too often, though. Great shot, but too many easy mistakes that he has yet to fix. MP, the shot's good on the assist from Michael Luan.
Well, MP knows he can score in close when he needs to. Right there, he did just that.
Pass to Timmerman. James. Robinson. Fidirko covering. There's James with the 3. It's Michael Luan with the rebound. One-on-one fast break. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Oh my goodness, it's so tough to stop MP, especially at this level. He's the most talented player out of Plainview, maybe ever.
Both teams will make a substitution. And the second free throw is good. The Wolfpack in the lead. And when Patrick Wells joined this team, he added some much-needed shooting that elevated this team to the next level.
Yeah, just like an elevator, Jeff. Really dialing up the damage potential this team now has for me.
On the wing, Eric Dillard. And they're pushing it up. MP, no good.
That can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
And it's in off the backboard.
Michael Stauffer knows how to make the right moves on the glass, showing us there.
Fisher outside. Passes to MP.